FBI agents right now are on the ground in Sri Lanka. They're trying to find out how it's possible that ISIS could regroup enough to claim responsibility for an attack that left hundreds dead. Former Navy SEAL Commander Dave Sears joins us right now. Dave, you've been arguing for some time that you could run them out of town, but that doesn't mean they're run out of existence. This was proof of that. What do we do?
Well, you're going to continue the counter-terror fight, and it's got to be done. Now we're going to the ideological fight. They're just reversing from a governance-type model where they were a geopolitical entity back to an insurgent-type resistance model, and they're going to be underground. You're going to have the people and the locals and good intelligence to ferret them out.
Easier said than done, I guess. But, I mean, there were ample warnings to the Sri Lankan government. I always hate that when it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback with these things. I mean, they weren't very specific, just enough that, nefarious elements were at place and planning some sort of an attack, but it was open-ended. But what do authorities have to look for now? Because the growing fear is, especially after New Zealand, that something like this was being talked about in response, and now growing talk that some sort of response to that against mosques might be in the offing, and back and forth we go.
Right. I think some of that reporting on this is a response to New Zealand was a statement out of a Sri Lankan government minister that was kind of irresponsible. This was, if anything, maybe New Zealand upped the timeline, but there was a lot of coordination and logistics planning that had to go into this, and to execute it in 5 weeks since New Zealand's would have been pretty impressive. So I would sort of discount that notion a little bit. But we do need to look for the intelligence, and then we need to be able to act on it. There's a lot of political problems in the Sri Lankan government that I think you're going to find out a lot more specific intelligence was ignored or not acted on for what's going to turn out to be partisan reasons.
When we talk about taking land away or position, geography away from a terrorist group, let's say like ISIS, we could feel that has stopped them or made their lives more difficult. What's your assessment, especially given what happened in Sri Lanka?
No, absolutely. It made their lives more difficult. So we did defeat them as a geopolitical entity. With that land, the funding that they had, the ability to recruit, the ability to have training areas, the ability to have sort of a freedom of maneuver for their campaigns outside of that was incredible. So it is a huge defeat to them. But, the Center for Strategic and International Studies came out with a report that said there's probably somewhere around 230,000 jihadists supporting terrorists globally. That's like a 400% increase since 2001. So there's a lot of these people out there, they're underground, and they have to be ferreted out by multi-pronged strategies. The military, but it's also got to be police, intelligence, and also the communities that they're coming from have to start rejecting that ideology.
Real quickly, while I've got you here, Dave, Kim Jong Un, Vladimir Putin, they're going to meet one-on-one tomorrow. Kim Jong Un has already arrived in Vladivostok, I understand. What is this all about? And is it putting pressure on the president?
I don't know it's going to put pressure on the president. Moscow wants influence in North Asia and Asia, and a piece in this negotiation. They've been ignored so far, so they want to put themselves on the stage. They also economically want to be prepped to be the energy supplier for North Korea. They want to get a gas pipeline in there. They want to provide the electric. So they have great interest in kind of re-engaging. Kim wants to mitigate and circumvent the sanctions, and he's looking for methods to do that through Russia. I think he's asked for 100,000 tons of flour or something like that. So these sanctions are hurting him. He's trying to find ways around it. Russia's going to likely say, hey, look, just don't increase tensions. Don't launch anything. We like this. We want to draw out the talks. We want to be a part of it and show that we're relevant still globally. So they're going to kind of just come to some détente and see. It's going to be a quid pro quo arrangement that kind of comes out of this.
Dave Sears, thank you very much, as well as your service to this country. Thank you.
Thanks, Neil.